Good morning and welcome back to Cold Waters. I'm Captain Numpty, or David Steele, and Numpty's been looking at my boat. And today we are in a Swiftsure class Royal Navy attack boat, and we are just south of Sweden. We're actually close to Karlskrona, which is a major Swedish naval base. And our mission today is to, well, shadow a...
Hey, you over there, in the shadows! I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to accompany me.
This is the Professor de los Casinos from Captain Numpty. It's a different kind of side.
And our mission today is to, well, shadow anything Soviet that might be poking around. It's autumn 1981, or fall 1981, and there's been something of an incident. A Soviet whiskey-class diesel-electric submarine has run aground, and the Swedes have run aground suspiciously close to a Swedish base. And the Swedes are not entirely happy about this, let's just say. So we've been monitoring the situation, sneaking in and out of various contacts to see what's going on, and well, we are due to pop to the surface and receive an update. So I'm going to go ahead and head to periscope depth.
Make depth 4, 5 feet, dive high.
Operationally, we're running at ultra quiet right now in preparation to get up closer to the surface. But whilst the boat rises, let's take a look at what we've got on board. Well, we have a total of 16 Tigerfish torpedoes. The Spearfish is showing on here, but that's not even in production right now. We have 4 harpoons, and we have 4 prototype Sea Lance standoff missile launched torpedo weapons. None of those tubes are loaded. The VLS, or the 5th torpedo tube, is showing as being loaded, but that's a mechanic of Cold Waters. We're not carrying... we don't have bullets in our gun, if you see what I mean. So we're not ready for combat. We don't expect to have any combat. Just want to monitor what's going on. Right. Go ahead. I'm going to pop up the ESM mast.
Raise the ESM mast.
Anything going on out there?
Con, dive at 4, 5 feet, dive high.
No, for what it's worth, we'll also pop the radar on the periscope as well.
Raise the radar mast.
Okay. I'll take a look around the periscope. We don't expect to see anything up here, and it's a bit of a storm that the crew will go ahead and get in touch with base. So yeah, not much to see. Let's look up north towards Sweden. Much. Okay. Right, well, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording, and I'll be right back when we have something of an update. Well, that's a bit unexpected. Radar detected what we're fairly certain is a whiskey class boat is snorkeling out there. Of course, we don't see anything, and the seas are too heavy, it's too stormy, it's interfering with their radar at least. So, but just to be safe, we're going to go ahead and drop down the sensors.
Downscope, lower the ESM mast.
We do have
helm, steady course.
We do have an update from HQ, and that is the tensions are rising in the area. Let's switch back to the map. There is believed to be 2 suspicious contacts heading towards Sweden, heading towards the Swedish coast. The Swedes are planning a potential airstrike. They need to visually identify what is approaching the coast, and yeah, we're going to see. So we're just going to hang fire back here. We're going to observe. So yet again, I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording, and we'll let some time pass before we give an update. I'll be back. We have just been pinged. That was not something we expected, and sonar believes they've just heard hello launch. Now, I'm sure that we didn't really hear a launch. I mean, the Russians wouldn't, right? They wouldn't. But we're not going to take any chances.
Make turns for con sonar. We are cavitating.
Let's take some evasive action. We're going to get down to 150 feet. We're actually going to turn
Con
away.
sonar. No longer cavitating.
A little bit of distance here. Let's go ahead and head west.
Come left to 270. Helm I.
I think we want to get some weapons loaded. I don't know if it's on the surface or not, but we'll get a good mix here loaded. I have no intention of firing back right now because it's not even confirmed that it really is firing. So yeah, let's get down to 150 feet. There we go.
Helm, steady course.
Shallow waters, so we can't use the Swift Shore's full depth ability. Right, so I'm gonna just run out west for just a little bit of time. I'll be back. Was that a torpedo I've just heard? That is a torpedo I've just heard. What is going on? We don't detect it. Okay. Let's drop my speed of 5 knots.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering
Don't detect it. Surely it's not... Oh, it was meant for us. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, interesting is not really the right word for it. It's on a... Okay.
Make con sonar. We are cavitating.
We're gonna head somewhere else. Yeah, we're gonna head...
Come right to 325. Helm I.
A little bit shocked that that's going on, really. We're gonna head northwest right now at flank speed. We need to get out of here. Why are they firing upon us? I guess we seem suspicious. Now, if that was indeed a whiskey, that is a low-quality torpedo.
Con, helm, steady course.
And show you how we detect that. I think it's a set 65, very limited range. Yeah, set 65, 880 yards, 40 knots. So we're not going to be under threat. No, we're not under threat right now. Okay. It's going to miss, so I'm happy with that. But wowzers. Right, let's get
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
get back up to depth. We've made a ton of noise, so if something out there is trying to shoot at us, then we've just given away our location. Let's accelerate time for a little bit.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
I don't really want to give away my location again.
Come right to 010. Helm I.
So I don't intend on deploying my radar, but yeah, let's accelerate time. Let's see what. There's me in the distance. Okay, that's what set 65 looks like then. Okay, it's just got interesting. Let's accelerate time. Do we have any clue where they are?
Steady course.
Not right now. I'm going to pop the sensors up again, see if we can detect anything out there.
Raise the radar mast.
We do. What is M2?
Con sonar, Master 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
It's another whiskey.
Lower the radar mast.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
We know where you are, boys. Leave us alone.
Con sonar, switching to passive search.
So I just pinged actively that he fired at me. What? These are my deliberations. Do I want to fire upon this whiskey for firing at me? I think I kind of need to know he's firing at me for sure. Because he might not be. He might be just...
Come right to 090. Helm I.
Maybe blowing bubbles through his torpedo tube. I have no idea. Let's head east. Let's head towards them. Won't surely be firing at me, right? I mean, don't you know who I am? We're Royal Navy.
Con, helm, steady course.
Accelerate timers on. We're heading east. There's nothing there. He's 9,000 yards away. So, yeah, we're sure it's fine. Oh, I don't think that that's fine.
Come right to.
Yeah,
Make turns
you're gonna have one of these back,
sonar.
Sunshine.
We are cavitating.
Alright, that's a prototype Sea Lance. Let's see how well it works. Goodbye. Okay. We need to,
Come right to. 223. Helm I.
so action. So, we're going to crank it up to 33 knots. Let's
Make
get another
turns
Sea
for
Lance loaded,
3,
just in case
2
that's useful.
knots. Maneuvering I.
So, Sea Lance is designed to be lobbed at the target. It will, it takes a ballistic course. And, it's a missile carrying a torpedo. When it gets to the appropriate distance from the target, it drops the torpedo. That pops out a parachute. That thing drops down into the ocean, where it immediately starts to seek for a target. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can watch that. Well, we didn't see it land, but that is the that's the torpedo that it carries, and it seems to have acquired something. And even better, whatever it's acquired seems to have shot at me. That's good.
Con, torpedo room, 2.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating. Come left to 094. Helm I.
This seems to have escalated quickly. Oh yeah, it really has. Okay, I need to get some more of these Sea Lance jobbies out on, because I think the Russians are playing hardball.
Up to go.
Con sonar, master 2
Oh, yeah.
is cavitating.
Hello.
Down to go.
Con maneuvering.
Let's get out of
Make
this.
turns for 3, 2. Con sonar, we are cavitating.
So I'm going to get out of this set 65's way. Assuming that's a set 65, I don't know for sure. I guess in the real world we'll be able to listen to it, so we'll try that. Does it sound the same as the others? Yeah, I think so. Okay. So that didn't come from Master 1, it came from something else. Well, we're going to notch it. So
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
notching it means you run perpendicular to its course. And the idea here is that you get as far away from the weapon as you can before it goes live. Now, like I say, they have 1,000 yard, 880 yard detection range. We're in that range right now. So I'm actually going to just turn away from it, I think. Head south. And if I can increase the distance as quickly as possible, then I should be able to avoid it completely, but there may be others on the way. Okay, I would say that it's probably close enough, so let's turn back towards that direction.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
Let's run to ultra quiet.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
I'm gonna point my nose
Come left to 054. Helm I.
broadly towards the bad guys. Well, at least some of them. That's very close. That's not very good.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
I don't even detect that.
Come right. Make turns for 2. Con sonar, we are cavitating.
I'm firing at you.
Make depth 150 feet. Dive high.
Another one being launched at me? That's hard to say. Run to
Make
flank.
turns for 3, 2 knots.
That's my tigerfish on the way, and presumably that is the enemy torpedo.
Con, helm, steady course.
Okay. I've had worse. I'm sure that this is fine. I'm sure that this is okay. This is probably just a test missile, a test torpedo. There's nothing really going on here. Everything's good. But we'll notch it just in case.
Come left to 108. Helm I.
Still have the wire on that.
Dive at 150 feet. Dive I.
We had the wire on that torpedo. We don't anymore.
Con, helm, steady course.
So my Tigerfish is going to head to close enough to where we think that that torpedo came from, and then it's going to run active and hopefully seek out and kill whatever it was that shot at me. And that's bad news. I'm pretty much in range of it. Let's turn hard away. Oh, it's real close. It's really, really close. Is this going to work? I think it's going to detect me.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 002.
There's more of them. How many are there? Ooh, I've got anionic
Con,
coating,
torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
which is surely helping right now, but goodness me, this is not good. I'm giving it my lowest possible profile. So, what the torpedo is seeing is this view of me. So, the smallest amount of submarine to send sonar back, as opposed to sidearm, which would be this. Right.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
I'm gonna slow.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 349.
Oh, there's more of them.
Come left to 049.
Gonna
Helm I.
I wanted to slow the boat down, but that's not really possible right now.
Make turn. Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Okay, I'm going to turn back towards the threat. I'm going to turn northeast, dodge this set 65. We're actually going to head right towards whatever it is in front of us. I don't know what's fired upon us. I'm guessing it's M2, but for all we know, there's something else out there.
Con, helm, steady course.
So what we're trying to do right now is put as
Dive at 45 feet. Dive I.
much distance between myself and this torpedo as we
Come
can
left to 033. Helm I.
by notching it, so running perpendicular again. Okay, switch to
Con, helm, steady course.
local map. I don't think I've killed anything yet. Oh, it's gone live. Okay. I think we're okay. We're 1,000 yards away. Let's check what this actually sounds like. Sounds like everything else, so... Okay.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
I'm going to aggressively get the speed down. I want to
emergency, maneuver guy.
pop my sensors up and give these guys some more things to worry about, I think. Let's get them off my case.
Make turns for 5. Con, maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
Well, we pretty much saw where that thing came from. It's like here. Too close. How about this whiskey? Yeah, you can have one. Am I wasting a weapon firing at it? Let's try it.
Shoot 2-3. Aye, sir.
I think I need to get one of these out here, though.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
And...
Con, so come left to 303. Helm I.
okay, we can see where you are as well. Alright, let's give you one.
Shoot 2-2. Aye, sir.
Gonna go ahead and head northwest.
Come left to 306. Helm I.
Gonna get down to 150 feet again. And I'm gonna go up to
Make depth 150 feet.
15 knots right now.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
I can run it quicker if I need. I think I can get out of its range, the torpedo's range, in that time, but...
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
let's push F3 and check where my
Maneuvering, making turns for 1
weapons
5
are.
knots.
So this is my airdrop torpedo, and it looks like it's acquired something. Let's watch it take its attack run.
Con, helm, steady course.
Oh, it got something.
at 150 feet, dive I.
So it's working, maybe? I mean, seems to be.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering I.
Okay, now I can do 10 knots at periscope depth and
Maneuvering. Making turns for 10 knots.
not destroy my mast. So my intention is to get back up to periscope depth and pop the sensors and just see if I can get an update on M1. I think the Russians
Passing 100 feet.
decided they're going to shoot at me, and so I'm just going to have to shoot back and defend myself.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
That's good. What's my weapon? Complement light. Plenty left. Plenty for Ivan. Okay, I'll do with getting up to periscope depth just a little quicker. Though, the fact that we're not really getting any sound or proper location from these guys is
Upscope.
a little worrying.
Con sonar. Master 1 is cavitating.
Okay, so Master 1, you know you've upset me. That's all I've got. Okay.
Lower the radar mast.
I'm going to make the Tigerfish number 2, making that thing active. I didn't...
Con sonar. New contact
Oh, hello.
bearing 322. Designated Sierra 3.
What are you? You might be a surface contact, maybe. No, you're...
Con sonar. Sierra 3 is classified as submerged submarine.
There's another torpedo coming my way. Oh, great.
Con sonar. Switching to active search.
I'm going to pop my radio up and at least let HQ know what's going on,
Con
because
sonar. Master 1 is cavitating.
this is not normal expected behavior.
Come left to 195. Helm I.
That's a cruise missile boat. Let's get that on the way. Got my active sonar pinging away.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Come left to 149. Helm I.
Yeah, we need to get out of here.
Downscope.
Con sonar. Con sonar. We are cavitating.
Make depth 150 feet, dive
Oh,
I.
that thing's wire guided. Whatever that is, it's not a set 65. That's very bad news. That's really, really bad
Con.
news.
Come left to 127. Helm I.
Okay, we're gonna head southeast, and we're heading at flank
Con
speed.
sonar. Noisemaker bearing 037.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing 317.
So the hope is that whatever...
Con, fire.
Con helm. Steady course.
Whatever is
Con,
firing
dive
upon me
at 150 feet, dive I.
does appear to have lost the wire, which is good. It's not guiding it to me anymore, and there's some noisemakers to the northeast of me, so I suspect that my Tigerfish have finally had a positive influence. Looks like there's 2 boats, 3, 4, 5 out there. One is a cruise missile boat. That's not exactly what I wanted to be seeing, really. Certainly not what the Swedes want to see.
Come left to 085. Helm I.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead
Con
and...
sonar. Noisemaker bearing 024.
leaving through. Okay, this thing is gone active
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
behind me. Let's see if it's going to detect me. Might be a test 71 if it hasn't detected me.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3. Last bearing 307.
Okay.
Contact breaking up.
First casualty is a Juliet. Good. That thing has to surface to fire its cruise missiles, and it's not going to want to do that in a storm, but the fact that it's just off the Swedish coast is a pretty big escalation into what's going on here.
3, 2 knots.
Another casualty. That's 2 down, right, Ruskies? You wanted a fight? You've got to fight.
Make turns for 5. Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
My speed down. Get back up to
Make depth
25
5
feet.
feet. Dive by.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye. Con maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
So, seeing as my position is utterly compromised, my plan right now is to give them whatever they've asked for. So I have one more Sea Lance. I don't know if it's been effective against Master 2 or not. Might be able to take a look, potentially. We had 4. We fired 3. So, don't appear to have sunk anything so far. Although maybe M2 is sitting on the surface. Let's take a look.
Upscope.
It might be. Oh, well, look at that. Oh yeah, I think that was... Oh, it took 2. Okay. Well, I guess it was effective then.
Con, dive at 4 5 feet. Dive by.
If it takes 3 to kill it, I don't know whether that's truly an effective weapon, but it certainly did something. I'm pinging active on my sonar. We know that there are other boats out here.
Come left to 082. Helm aye.
I think I'm just gonna try another Sea Lance.
Shoot tube 4.
But on
Aye,
that
sir.
location, because that was something firing at me, and I do not want any of that. Thank you very much.
Shoot tube 5. Aye, sir.
Come right to 1 4. Make turns for 1 5. Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Let's make that torpedo live. It's going to run at a higher speed, and I am also turning in that direction.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
There goes my Sea Lance landing, and it's going to give whatever has fired upon me something else to think about.
Passing 100 feet.
Con, helm, steady course.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
I have some harpoons, I have some tigerfish, and I'm out of Sea Lance. That's perfectly okay. This Whiskey is doing 14 knots, but he's on the surface, so he's able to run quicker on the surface. I can hear the sound of my engagement. Got him, we think, or it stopped pinging.
Con sonar, switching to passive search.
So I believe I'm notching whatever's approaching my way. If it's wire guided, it's going to be able to steer towards me, but I can't detect it right now. I'm going to drop the speed to 5 knots briefly.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Then we may want to punch the throttle wide open and get back up to flank if this thing is close. Don't detect the torpedo yet. Still nothing. That's curious.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
It's welcome, but that is curious. I don't know. Operating a nuclear boat in shallow waters is not really my idea of fun. On the other hand, dodging around multiple torpedoes from Russian diesel electrics is kind of my idea of fun in a simulation, but not really in real life.
Come left to 1095. Helm aye.
I think that's
Come
pretty
right.
conclusive then. That is.
Make turns for 3, 2. Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Yeah, I don't like the look of this. That's why I guided. I'm going to turn hard towards it. I think I want to get
Make
one off.
turns for 2, 0. Con sonar,
So to
no
speak.
longer
So what I'm
cavitating.
going to do is I'm going to turn hard to port, hit 20 knots. I can still launch at 20 knots, and it's still
Con
going to
maneuvering, making turns for 2, 0 knots.
be able to target whatever it is. Now that my nose has gone round, fire.
Shoot 2-3. Aye, sir.
Come left.
I'll show you what I mean. So the
Turns for
torpedo
con
launches,
sonar, we are cavitating.
immediately runs starboard, and I'm just going to continue my hard turn. That is very, very close. I don't like the look of this. I had no word of a lie. I think that we're in trouble.
Depth 4, 5 feet, dive high.
Very much trouble, so I'm going to turn it, keep turning. No, I'm actually going to turn towards it.
Con.
Knuckle formed.
See if we can pull the distance closer between myself and this torpedo, and if I can, maybe, just maybe, I can duck inside it when it goes live. The danger here is it's not going to work. It's going to go live and immediately hit me. I'll say that's happened before. Let's get down my depth to 2. Oh, it went live. Alright, now is it in a circle, which I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. So, big trouble now. It's going to detect me for sure. Yeah, it's coming around on my 6. So. Oh.
Con sonar, torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 0, 5, 0.
Now we get to evade torpedoes. That's good. Was good fun. Yes, I like this. This is my favourite game. It's really not.
Knuckle formed.
Is it still wire guided? Yes, it is. That's very bad news, because if it's still wire guided, that means I have to use depth to evade this thing. And I don't have much of that.
Knuckle formed.
I have 221 feet water depth, and we're
Passing 100 feet.
halfway along right now.
Knuckle formed.
So my best option is to head to the surface.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 3, 2 knots.
Knuckle formed.
Reverse that turn, and then reverse it again and see if we can get out the dodge, which I don't think I can. But at least we're at escape depth, chaps. You know, if the worst happens, which
Passing 100 feet.
looks very likely right now.
Knuckle formed.
Sounds like they either flushed the toilet or they're following me again. Okay, come on, knuckle this thing away. Come on, we're running out of depth. Come on. Don't make me run into the ground, torpedo. Right.
Less than 50 feet below the keel. Knuckle formed.
Ouch.
Flooding in the machinery space.
Passing 100 feet. Make depth 4, 5 feet, dive high. Dive at 4, 5 feet, dive high.
Oh, that didn't seem to matter where it hit me everywhere.
Damage control parties. Late in the machinery space.
Okay, well, I'm going to disengage. I have an urgent
Con
need to go
sonar,
somewhere
lost
else.
Contact. Master 2. Come left 2. 148. Helm aye.
Wowzers.
Con helm. Steady course.
It doesn't look that big a hull, but we are very lucky to be alive. My hull even. My hull is at 3%. I think we might use this sunken target over here as possibly cover if we need to, because that might be a very real thing that we need to do.
Con sonar. Noisemaker. Bearing 036.
I'm actually
Make
going to send
turns
another
for
torpedo that
2,
way as well.
0 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Get my
Back
speed
emergency. Maneuvering aye.
to 20 knots.
Con sonar. No longer cavitating.
Okay, and then we'll
Con
fire.
sonar. We are cavitating.
It's another one. Have one of these. You never know when it's going to be useful. In fact, because we're actually covering an escape here, we'll do one here as well.
Shoot 2-2. Aye, sir.
That should give me fairly reasonable cover. Let's crack it back on.
Make turns.
Actually, no.
Make
Let's
turns for Make turns for 3, 2 knots.
I liked it when I was
Make
indecisive.
depth 150 feet, dive by.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 029.
So 3 torpedoes to 1 enemy target seems way overkill.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
But if my first torpedo doesn't sink it, or it evades it, there's 2 more, which is going to be a bit of a barrier. And I could have had them circling around. I didn't. I still could. I don't plan on doing that. If I detect more incoming ordnance, I may consider that. But right now, we need to be getting out of Dodge. And so we are.
Con, dive at 150 feet, dive by.
So I'm Captain Numpty, here's me boat, and we're not running
Con,
away.
torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
It's just a tactical withdrawal. It's just a cavitate at 20 knots, I wonder.
Make turns for 2. Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
That's good to know, it doesn't cavitate at 20 knots, okay.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 20 knots.
Still some distance from the wreck of the whiskey, so we'll notch if there's anything incoming.
Come left to 126, helm aye.
We're going to accelerate time. I feel lucky, but let's just look at torpedoes first. Weapons, what have we got?
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
That's one of mine. That's not one of mine. That's not one of mine. That's not one. Oh boy, that's not one of mine. That's not one of mine either. Yeah, so I have 2 torpedoes, the 2 I fired. The one I fired earlier on is not detected anymore, so possibly
helm, steady course.
it hit something. But if it hit something, it's still pinging me with sonar, so... That's nice. Oh boy.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Great.
Come right to 271, helm aye.
See, that pair, are they wire guided or did it just get unlucky? But turning hard away from them, my rudder is damaged, but at least I've got a bit of speed on. That's actually, if I was the enemy captain, I would probably have anticipated this, but I'm going to go ahead and head
Come right to 311, helm aye.
head northwest. Let's take a sip of water, I think. I'm out of tea. So I would have anticipated that move to get away from those 2 torpedoes. And then maybe another one, going back to my original location. Right now, the best I can do is turn away. Yeah, look how big my turns are compared to what they were. And it just went live. Okay, that's really not good.
Con, knuckle formed.
I should not have knuckled because that's going to get its attention. Way to go, David. Now they're both looking in my direction. 2,000 yards, and they didn't detect me. Okay, so they might be... well, now, what might they be? So 71s, maybe? 880 yards. They must... Well, they might not be, actually. I don't know what they are. Yeah, I don't know what they are. But whatever they are, they haven't detected me, so that's good. I actually want to keep going my original course, but...
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
We'll run ultra quiet right now, and we'll head back at my original location.
Come right to 106, helm aye.
More or less. Now, I did see another one. Another enemy torpedo. And there's still 2 submarines out there, or still 2 picking contacts. So I've got 2 torpedoes out, great, but I don't know that means I'm going to get them both. Now, let's take a look at where all those torpedoes are. That's searching. Okay. That's searching. Those are probably the 2 that I'm aware of. Something's just blown up in the distance there. Okay. That's a tiger fish. going for something. I don't know what, but going for something. Oh, probably that sunken contact is still blowing up. Okay. Alright. It looks like one of my tiger fish took out one of the enemy submarines. Oh, look at that. Sneaky little bastard. 2,000 yards away still, but I think I need a bit more speed here just to get away from this thing.
Make turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering aye.
And I'm guessing it's not wire guided, or it was launched maybe from the east. And if it's launched from the east, that means that there's another submarine out there that I don't...
Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 15 knots.
that I haven't been able to detect so far. Well, that's probably the last submarine that I'm aware of. The last torpedo. Let's check. Right, that's in search mode. That is not in search mode, but if I'm correct and I look to its port side, I'll see me. That would be me. I'm a little hard to spot, but that's most definitely me. Okay. This is search mode as well, and yeah, they're tracking that sunken whiskey, so it was a good bait. And my tigerfish has found its mark or run out. Okay,
Con, helm, steady course.
there's that torpedo.
Con sonar regained contact on master 2 bearing 169.
It's all quiet.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Get up to periscope depth. So the game's visuals show me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sunken vessels. I don't know whether they're... I'm assuming that the submarines, I don't know. It shows me 5, but our sensors can only detect 3. It's quiet. Suspiciously so. Let's accelerate time. Alright, that torpedo went live behind me. Not a threat.
Con, dive at 4-5 feet, dive aye.
We need to let HQ know what's going on. If there's something else out there, I'm going to catch it. But let's let HQ know.
Raise the radar mast.
ESM is detecting something. Don't see the direction of it yet, though.
Lower the radar mast.
No word what that may be. It's strong signal. We've taken out 5. Well, I'm going to assume that we can safely depart right now. We're going to go ahead and head south.
Come right to 175 helm aye.
We let the Ministry of Defense know what's going on. They'll let the Swedes know what's going on. If there's anything back for me, great. I'll find out at some point. But I think that concludes today's rather exciting battle. So I hope you got something from this. Even if it was watching me get hit by a torpedo in shallow water, very hard to avoid them. Very lucky to be alive. So you know what to do if you liked it. If it sucked, you also know what to do. Thanks so much. I'll see you the next time. Goodbye.